Righty, this is part of the world generator, and I've come across an interesting issue that I should have actually been projecting or realized. But what's happening is with it generates the world perfectly, and I'm actually going through to add a user, and actually I'm even adding the user to the correct location. I just commented it out, but you'll see that every single block is fine. It generates itself perfectly there. Now you'll notice there that what I've done is position 505, 505, if I can find it. You'll see it will place the user as here. It does find the correct location for the user, and it should place the user there and should work on. But what you'll notice is that if I get rid of the comments here and I actually do place the user there, and I say set the user to be true here, and I close it and rerun this, you'll notice there that every single block, if the user block is just the grass, every single block that is that gets replaced with an X. Same thing if it was randomly a pig. So every single time I run it, it might randomly be something else. So for example here, the user is placed randomly by a box. So every single box would have a user associated with it. Yes, the X is a user. It's a very pretty user. Don't judge. Now, the reason why this happens is because in my world generator, I have a, well, in my world, oops, I just closed it, but in my world, you'll notice that I actually have two possibilities. And then randomly, I assign a new possibility to a block. So when I actually create my world, when I generate my world in my world manager, which is over here, you'll see there that I just randomly get a block. So I use the word realm.getBlock, which will literally just randomly select a block from the possibilities. Now this actually doesn't create a new instance. This just creates a separate point to the same one. So when I change the image of that block to be go back. So when I change in my world manager, when I change it to put the user or set the user to that position, I actually set all of those possibilities to be there. So what we can actually do is we can potentially construct a the position X and position Y to be a new block rather than the blocks there, because all of those blocks are just saying, here's a grid, these possibilities over there, and it's actually quite good memory management because it's not going to use up that much memory, because it's just a whole bunch of different pointers to the same different possibilities that are there. So what we can do instead is we can actually say is equal to new block, which is a noun, is equal to new noun, and now we can send through the picture type, etc, etc, etc. So in this case, for the picture, I would send through my current world. I'm actually going to make my life a bit easier. I'm going to go and create a noun here, temp noun called T. I've already got one called T. Let me call this B for block is equal to world pos X pos Y. So what I'm doing here is I'm just literally allocating that to temporary variable. Then here I'm going to say b.getPicture, and then I'm going to add onto that the string user, which is what my difference between my naming conventions of what is just a normal block and which is a string. My type of a noun will still be the b.getType. My next thing I need is the what's after type. I don't know, comma. It's not coming up with the suggestions. Okay, I'll have to take a look at this. So I'll go b.get. We've got picture, get puzzle, I'm guessing, and b.get. Okay, I'll have to check that this is definitely correct. Get type, b.get response. Sorry, this would be I actually don't know what this should be. Yeah, so in my noun, I'll just make sure I'm sending through the correct stuff. Boolean pickup. So I should have a dot get is pickup. Is pickup is what I'm looking for here. So it should be dot is pickup. Cool. And I did it with response after that. So in here, let me take a look at my constructor. Yes, it goes puzzle, then response. Okay, so I'm sending through, instead of actually using the existing noun, and I refer to the position X and Y for where the user is, I literally just go ahead and I actually say add the user to there. That means I actually don't need this set user method I added here, because that would actually change the overall thing, where we actually going to create a brand new array and a new position, then just override it with that. Okay, so this is what should happen, and this should hopefully solve this problem. I haven't actually tested this theory, so let's see if it works. Yay, my user's over there, and it's only over there. So we have solved the problem of generating the user in the position he should be, and now it should be relatively easy to get the actual move buttons working to generate new positions with the user in the different spot. That was a little bit of a tricky problem, but it actually showed you a lot about what class passing does inside Java, that if you make a referral to a position in an array, you're literally just creating another pointer to that object. Or when you say this object is equal to that object, you just create another pointer to the same object. So when you change one, you change them all. It was my bad for missing that. Goodbye.